Grow unshakable love today. There's a tree, not just any tree, but the kind that feels older than time, like it's been quietly watching the world since before your first bad haircut or your last existential crisis. It stands in a forgotten clearing, roots gnarled deep into earth that smells like rain and forgiveness. Its bark is rough, weathered, but alive, like a grandparent who laughs too loudly and remembers every embarrassing thing you've ever done. At first glance, it seems ordinary. But if you press your ear to the trunk, it pulses. Not with sap, but with love. A warm, golden hum. Like a lullaby sung in a language only your soul remembers. You stumble upon this tree after one of those days. The kind where your soul feels like it's wearing wet socks. You're tired. Not just physically, but in that deep, bone-level way, where even joy feels like a chore and your smile's held together with invisible duct tape. You don't mean to sit down next to it. It just happens. The air changes. Thick with possibility and the smell of damp leaves and distant lightning. You reach out. Tentatively. Like the tree might judge you. But it doesn't flinch. Instead, it leans in. As if to say, you again? I've been waiting. You laugh nervously. Because yes, of course, a tree is talking to you now. That's where you're at emotionally. But then it speaks again, not in words, but in something richer, deeper. It doesn't ask what you've accomplished today or whether you returned that email or remembered to hydrate. It says, create a source of love. Sink your roots into the soul of my heart. Draw nutrients from my soul. Wait. You blink. Did a tree just tell you to emotionally root yourself in love? And why does it make more sense than your last therapy session? You close your eyes. And something shifts. Suddenly, you're not in the clearing anymore. You're inside the heart of the tree. A place pulsing with stories older than grief and songs louder than shame. Your roots, yes, you have roots now, are stretching downward, curling into the warm, glowing center. You feel everything. Every heartbreak you never let yourself mourn. Every joy you skipped over because you were too busy performing. Every laugh you swallowed to seem appropriate. All of it held, cradled, not judged, fed. The tree's soul, this cosmic soup of wild love and holy nonsense, is nourishing parts of you you forgot were starving. And suddenly, you're not broken. You're blooming. Not perfectly. You're still the person who once cried over a dropped burrito and said you too when the waiter told you to enjoy your meal. But now, you carry the ridiculous and the sacred in the same body. And that's the point. The tree hums louder, almost laughing. Now, bring the fruits of your love to life. Thoughts, words, actions. You're back in the clearing, arms wrapped around the tree like it's a long-lost friend who smells of cedar and patience. Nothing looks different. But you are. You walk back into the world and things don't magically become easier. The dog still pees on your rug. Your inbox is still a disaster zone. The person who cuts you off in traffic still needs spiritual counseling. But now, your love shows. Not through grand gestures or poetic declarations, though those are nice. But in the small, sturdy ways. The way you smile a stranger like you mean it. The way you let someone go first in line even though you're late. The way you speak to yourself in the mirror without sarcasm. Your love has weight now. It bears fruit. Not shiny, store-bought apples with GMO charm, but knobby, lopsided peaches that drip juice down your arm. The kind of love that stains your shirt and your soul. You start to understand that love isn't something you give after you're perfect. It's the messy fertilizer that grows you as you stumble. So you return to the tree, not out of need, but out of joy. You sit at its roots, now familiar. You laugh, cry, overthink, dream. You tell it how you snapped at your barista and how you helped an old woman cross the street. How you forgot your worth for half a day and then remembered it like a lost lyric. And the tree. It listens. It pulses. It pours its soul into you again, not because you earned it, but because that's what love does. It gives. Without ledger. Without logic. Without limits. Sink your roots into the soul of my heart, it whispers again. And bloom. Again. And again. And again. You know. Because now you know, love isn't just something you feel. It's something you become. And every fruit you offer, every kind thought, every healing word, every brave, messy action, is a seed. A new tree. A new beginning. A new invitation for someone else to come home. Thank you for helping us spread love.